Hello all, welcome to the online video tutorials on computer networks. Myself, Akshat Monnapake, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Sai Vidya Institute of Technology, Bangalore. The course name is Computer Networks 18EC 71. Let us start with the introduction for Module 1. In today's video lecture, we will be discussing about 4 topics. The first one is data communication, then the components used in data communication, the representation of the data, as well as the data flow types. The first topic we will be discussing is data communication. So what is data communication? That is the question. So during communication, we are sharing information, and the sharing can either be local or remote. So local communication usually occurs face to face, while remote communication takes place over a distance. So the word data refers to the information presented in whatever form is agreed upon by both the parties which are creating and using the data. Data communications are the exchange of data between two devices via some form of transmission medium such as a wired cable. Okay. For effective communication, communicating devices must be a part of the communication system made up of a combination of both the hardware as well as the software. So effectiveness of data communication depends on 4 fundamental characteristics, and they are: the first one is delivery. Now the system must deliver data to correct destination. So data must be received by the intended device or the user. The next one is accuracy. So the system must deliver the data accurately. Then we have timeliness. Now system must deliver the data in a timely manner. So data delivered late are normally useless. So in case of video and audio, timely delivery means delivering data as they are produced. So in the same order that they are produced without any significant delay. This kind of delivery is called as real-time transmission. The last one is jitter. Jitter refers to the variation in the packet arrival time. It is the uneven delay in the delivery of audio and video packets. Now let us discuss about the components. So data communication system has 5 components. The first one is the message. So the message is the information or data to be communicated. Popular forms of information includes text, numbers, pictures, audio and video. The next one is the sender. The sender is a device that sends the data message. It can be a computer, a workstation, a telephone handset, a video camera and so on. Then we have the receiver. The receiver is the device that receives the message. It can be the computer, a workstation, telephone handset, television and so on. Then we have the transmission medium. The transmission medium is a physical path by which a message travels from the sender to the receiver. Transmission medium includes twisted pair cables, coaxial cable, fiber optic cable and radio waves. The last one is the protocol. A protocol is a set of rules that govern the data communication. It represents an agreement between the communicating devices. Without a protocol, two devices may be connected but not communicating. Let us see some of the representations of data. The information comes in different forms such as text, numbers, images, audio and video. So the first one is the text. So the text is represented as a bit pattern, a sequence of bits that consists of zeros and ones. So different sets of bit patterns have been designed to represent text symbols. So each set is called as a code. A process of representing the symbols is called as coding. Prevalent coding system is called as a Unicode, which uses 32-bit of represent a symbol or a character used in any language. The American Standard Code for Information Interchange, that is the ASCII, constitutes of 127 characters in Unicode and is referred to as the Basic Latin. Next, we have numbers. So the numbers are also represented by bit patterns. The number is directly converted to a binary number to simplify mathematical operations. Then we have the images. Images are also represented by bit patterns. In its simplest form, an image is composed of a matrix of pixels, which are also called as picture elements, where each pixel is a small dot. The size of the pixel depends on the resolution. So after an image is divided into pixels, each pixels are assigned a pattern or a bit. So the size and value of the pattern depends on the image. There are several methods to represent color images. One method is called as the RGB. Each color is made up of a combination of three primary colors, that is the red, green and blue. Another method is called as YCM, in which the color is made up of a combination of three colors, that are yellow, cyan and magenta. We have the audio next. So audio refers to the recording or broadcasting of sound or music. It is continuous, non-discrete in nature. Even when we use microphones to change voice or music to an electrical signal, we create a continuous signal. The last one is the video. So video refers to recording or broadcasting of a picture or a movie. So video can either be produced as a continuous entity or it can be a combination of images, each a discrete entity, arranged to convey the idea of motion. Data flow. So communication between two devices can be of three types. The first one is the simplex form. The figure shows the simplex form of communication. Simplex mode communication is unidirectional in nature. Only one of the two devices on a link can transmit, whereas the other can only receive. So keyboards and traditional monitors are the examples of simplex devices. The keyboard can only introduce an input, whereas a monitor can only accept the output. The simplex mode can use the entire capacity of the channel to send the data in one direction. The second type of data flow is the half duplex. Now the half duplex mode is visible on the screen. In half duplex mode, each station can both transmit as well as receive, but not at the same time. When one device is sending, the other can only receive and vice versa. In half duplex transmission, the entire capacity of the channel is taken over by which of the two devices is transmitting at that particular time. So the best example is the walkie-talkies and CB, that is the Citizens Band radios. Both are half duplex systems. The half duplex mode is used in cases where there is no need for communication in both directions at the same time. The entire capacity of the channel can be utilized for each direction. The third form of data flow is the full duplex mode. So in full duplex mode, also known as duplex mode, both stations can transmit and receive the data simultaneously. So in full duplex mode, as you can see on the screen, the signals going in one direction share the capacity of the link with signals going in the other direction. This sharing can occur in two ways. Either the link must contain two physically separate transmission paths, one for sending and the other for receiving, or the capacity of the channel is divided between the signals traveling in both the directions. So example of a duplex communication is the telephone network. Thank you for watching this video tutorial on communication networks.